you guys have formed an informal mentorship, and you probably have some other people a part of it, but it's not people that are trying to figure things out. You guys are strong leaders, and you're collaborating on some different strengths. Jason's pulling on you, Jim, for certain strengths. You pull on Jason for certain. So it's strong making stronger.
That's right.
And that's a big one. I think it's really big, like who you surround yourself with. And that's maybe one of the calls for this is like for the CIOs that are listening is go and use LinkedIn and find those relationships and develop them even stronger. What do you guys think about that?
I agree 100%. I mean, just as Jason said, we have a group that we meet with CIOs. Bill, you have your group that we participate in. That's invaluable. I mean, to me, the face-to-face interaction, the talking back and forth, even like this is acceptable. But you've got to get out there and you've got to talk to people and you got to understand what they're doing and converse, share your information back and forth. That's how you get better.
Go ahead, Jason. Did you have something?
It's not a mentor-mentee relationship. I think the takeaway from this is that a lot of people go into it thinking, I'm going to adopt a mentor, right? I said earlier on this, I get mentorship from Jim, but I hope that I give as much to that relationship as I get from that relationship. So don't think about it going in to say, I'm going to surround myself with a lot of people that are smarter than I am. You still got to contribute to that, or that's going to get old real quick and they're going to get tired of it. So you got to have a symbiotic relationship where you're giving as much as you're getting.
That's right. I use him up as often as I can.
But just for real practical understanding of that, because you guys are heavyweights in comparison to some of the young guys, 30, 35, 36, they're hot shots. They're doing really great, and they might be intimidated to reach out to someone like you. But I've seen them be superstars with like Power BI. Like they understand how to make some of these tools in for the company, and they're really, really good, and their company loves them for that, but they want to move to the next level because maybe they've outstripped but they have something to share with another CIO who maybe doesn't have that deep expert. So now all of a sudden they can share that becomes something that can be useful, even though they might not have the street credibility of a long career. They have things that can contribute to other people, so they don't have. So I think that can become less intimidating when they think, oh, I have something to offer here. It might be smaller, but I can still offer Jim this, and I can offer Jason this, and that can be some of the give and take that can be established.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Jim.
You mentioned they might be Power BI expert, or the company loves them for that, and that's all well and good. My overall approach to things is come in quiet, come in as a servant leader, come in as someone who's hungry to learn. You always got to be open to it. Yeah, you'll have certain things that you're really good at, but you need to come in humble, and you need to make sure you're approachable and be open. That's really key, because you can get success, but what got you there isn't going to get you to the next level. So every time you get to the next level, you're starting over again. And you got to learn new skills, and you got to keep progressing and keep evolving. So you really got to come in, humble and open and willing to not only learn but share.
Yeah, and Jim's a pillow approach, and I'm in a hammer approach. So I think what works so great is we're very diametrically opposed from that perspective. I'm more of an in-your-face kind of individual than Jim. Jim's much better at couching conversation. But I'm going to say that those young individuals, they have a lot to offer, right? They have agility of thinking that is something that we lose as we get older. Our brain just can't work as agile as it used to anymore. But we have a bunch of scars on our backs. I've seen a lot of things fail, a lot. I've seen a lot of things be successful. I think one thing you would learn if you hung around me is I hardly ever say no. There's not an obstacle that can't be figured out, absolutely at all. But I don't have all of the tools available to me, all the faculties at the same time, at the same speed as I used to have when I was 20, 25, 30, 35. But I got a heck of a lot more experience on knowing what's the right pattern or what's the right path. So when you can combine that experience with an agile mind that's just not afraid to share what their ideas are, marry that with someone that says there's a way to solve every problem. All we got to do is either have time, money, or resources, but damn it, we can figure this thing out. It's not going to beat me. And you pair those two people together, you can come out of it with a really good experience for both people.